You're watching ABC4 News.
Hey, we want to show you this right here. Satellite imagery capturing the swirling eye at the center of Hurricane Erin today as it headed north through the Atlantic Ocean. Earlier this afternoon, Erin recorded 110-mile-per-hour winds just off the coast of North Carolina. The National Hurricane Center is expecting storm surges beginning tonight, bringing large waves and significant beach erosions to the east coast of the United States, parts of it.
Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
And Alana, you and I have been following this hurricane with great interest. I know that days ago, it blew up to a Category 5 very quickly. It's become less severe since then, but still a concern.
Yeah, fueled by warm water, Brian, and we really saw that when it hit Cat 5. Right now, sitting at a Category 2, and we saw this on satellite, and I just had to show it to you because this is a very large storm. I know it's a Category 2, but it's a broad storm, and as it continues to push through the Atlantic, the Outer Banks were getting the bulk of it tonight and into tomorrow. They were talking about rip currents, destructive waves, and even coastal flooding as the hurricane continued to move. We also know that beach erosion is expected into New England as it continues to push to the north. Not expected to make landfall, but here we are in tropical season. There were tropical storm warnings up the East Coast as a result of this storm, and we've been watching it for days. A little closer to home, we've got some storms of our own, and we have not been able to say that in quite some time. We're going to get a solid monsoon push here, but before we go there, we have to talk heat. Cloud cover out there tonight. Don, thank you for sharing this lovely sunset from Sandy tonight where they hit 100 degrees. Mark grabbed this one from Iron County. We appreciate the Hemsworth family, and look at that pop of color. The clouds, an indicator that moisture is streaming into the state. That will be the fuel for our thunderstorms that we see in the coming days. High temperatures today, triple digits. We talked about records. We saw the 100 club, upper 90s along I-15, 99 in Salt Lake. That cloud cover stopped us. We sat at 99 for several hours this evening, 106 for the high in St. George. Now, as we head into tonight with a little more cloud cover out there, partly cloudy conditions, we're in the low 80s once we wrap the news, bottoming out in the low to mid 70s along the Wasatch Front. By the time we roll into tomorrow, we'll see plenty of sunshine, and temperatures will hit average and then soar above that. 91 is the average in Salt Lake City. We're in the upper 70s by 9 a.m., and we're going to track yet again to the upper 90s. That's what it looked like from our Black Desert Sky Cam at 8 p.m. This is an area that will not get recovery into the overnight from the heat. Hit 108 in Ivins, 106 in St. George, and we know the heat is building. As we look at our heat risk heading into tomorrow, we ease in the north. This is where we've seen a lot of red the last few days. The positioning of that high pressure allowing for a major heat risk in eastern Utah and then in the south. But as we zoom in, we jump to Washington County where you see that purple. That is an extreme risk. Okay, so we know that the building heat over the southwestern corner of the state will catapult temperatures above average, which means lower Washington County is underneath an extreme heat warning. That watch evolved, including Zion National Park, St. George, Ivins, Tokerville, Hurricane. This goes into effect at noon and will hold until 9 p.m. Friday as those temperatures push 108, 109, and very warm overnight, so we don't get much recovery. You want to make sure you're checking on folks who don't have adequate cooling. That is intense heat. Looking at the storm potential for tomorrow, that becomes a little more widespread too. Everything on the rise. The storm threat is a general one, but we're looking at dry thunderstorms to start, so gusty conditions and winds before we start to get heavy downpours by later into the evening and then into our Friday. Looking at our future cast here, you see some storms tomorrow morning, some showers moving through the Ogden Valley and in the West Desert. And then here we go. We start popping from the northeastern corner of the state over the Uintas into south central Utah, West Desert. We're going to watch those storms as they kind of hold together by 7 p.m., crossing into Delta and central Utah over I-15. Also Grand Staircase, Castle Country, and then near Vernal. We could see a stray storm along the Wasatch Front. Better chance for places like Salt Lake to see this Friday. And here we are into Friday afternoon, and you notice in the West Desert, central Utah, and again over towards the Uintas, we get solid storms. As we get later into the night, we see those storms focus on southern Utah as opposed to the Wasatch Front. We will have moisture potential. The chance is there, but our best chance in northern Utah will be for a portion of your weekend. I'm going to show you why. Flash flood threat increases tomorrow to possible for the Swell, Capitol Reef, Bryce, Zion, Grand Staircase, Lake Powell, and then Natural Bridges and Grand Gulch. So we know the potential is there. to get those heavy rains. High pressure, four corners high, funneling monsoon moisture underneath the ridge. So we get hot temperatures and a lot of moisture potential. As we get rising air with the heat and instability, we're going to see thunderstorms. They're going to pop. By the latter half of the weekend, more widespread storms along the Wasatch Front and active skies hold on into early, even the middle of next week. Temperatures ease a little bit in the north, 90s for tomorrow, but still above average, 104 in Moab, 108 in St. George with that extreme heat warning in effect. Looking at the next 7 here, you're going to check out those numbers. They start to ease, but storm threat from Friday all the way to the middle of next week in Washington County. Here's the Wasatch Front. Slight chance tomorrow, isolated potential Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, we're starting to see more cloud cover, scattered storms, and active skies. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, some changes with a serious monsoon push ahead. We'll be right back with your sports and sports director Dana Green.